I now have the tremendous honor of introducing you to our next guest. Not only is she a talented actress and musician, but she chooses to dedicate her time to raise awareness about modern-day slavery. This is a woman who doesn't just lend her name. She is actively doing everything she can to shine a bright light on human trafficking. She cares deeply about prevention and education, and she embraces, really with her heart and soul, survivors of modern-day slavery. Perhaps you saw her on the Katie Couric show recently with cast survivor organizer Ema Matul. So if you haven't guessed by now, I'm talking about the founder of Don't Sell Bodies, mother of those incredible kids, Willow and Jaden, and wife of a guy named Will. Yeah. So she also happens, however, to be our honorary host this evening, and we are so honored that she's here with us. So I'd like to welcome Jada Pinkett Smith and her daughter Willow to present the Founders Leadership Award.
How are you? So before we begin, I would like to just take a moment to have a bit of gratitude for what we're able to do. We are here with survivors. We are here with a wonderful organization that helps survivors. But I want to take just a moment of silence for those who are not with us, for those that are still suffering from enslavement. And I just want to take a moment to recognize that they are out there. And I want us to just send prayers and blessings that they can find healing, and that they can find a place of safety, and that they can find freedom. Thank you. All right. So, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure for Willow and I to be here to celebrate an evening of celebration of freedom and courage and advocacy. Not long ago, my beautiful daughter here came to me and she said, "Mom, did you know that there are girls my age being trafficked in the U.S.?" And I looked to her in pure ignorance and said to her that you must have your facts mixed up, because that does not occur here in the United States. And the truth of trafficking that Willow revealed to me has put us both on a committed path of advocacy to bring more awareness to and abolish the epidemic of modern-day slavery. I imagine that each of us in this room is on the same path. But I want you to just take a minute. Take 1 minute and imagine how you would feel if you discovered that someone was being enslaved in a home on your street. I think we all got a little taste this week with the rescue of Amanda, Gina, and Michelle. A little taste of the betrayal, the truth, and the insidious nature of this kind of crime. But just imagine if you personally received a crumpled up note that read, "Help me." Help me. Those two words changed the lives of not only of the brave young woman who wrote the note, but of the woman who received the note and her entire family. Ladies and gentlemen, a survivor is here today because she had the courage to write the words, "Help me," on a note that made its way to a neighbor who liberated her. The victim was 16 years old when she was trafficked from Southeast Asia into the U.S. when this neighbor, whose name is Susan, learned that the young domestic worker who lived on the same street was in fact a slave. She was stunned. She contacted CAST, and together they worked out a plan that brought her to safety. Since that time, working to raise awareness of human trafficking here in Los Angeles has become Susan's passion. Susan's daughters, Raina and Anna, were so moved by the experience that they became human rights activists as well. Rena organized an event when she was in high school that raised $10,000 for CAST, and then went on to pursue a career as a civil rights attorney. And Anna initiated a CAST chapter to mobilize student activists at her school. Willow and I could not be more proud to invite these three incredible women and good Samaritans to the stage. Please give a warm round of applause for Susan, Raina, and Anna.
Thank you so much, Jada and Willow. It's really a privilege to be here with my daughters tonight. But truly, we don't need any recognition. We are here to be personal witnesses to the extraordinary work of CAST, an organization that literally saves and transforms lives. When I received that crumpled piece of paper, I was beyond stunned. How could slavery exist in my neighborhood and in the home of somebody who seemed so kind and respectable? Who could I turn to for help? Who wouldn't further traumatize this young girl? A friend of mine, a civil rights attorney, said, call CAST. And that was the most important phone call I've ever made. Once we arranged for this young girl to go to the shelter, I knew that she would be freed from her torment. CAST transforms lives. Not only did she receive wonderful and compassionate professional counseling, but also skills to rebuild her life. And CAST transformed our lives. I was haunted by what could I have recognized some signs? Was there something that I could have done? And CAST really propelled my whole family into advocacy. And I'm so proud of Rena and Anna's work and the support of my family, Joel, Ethan, Max, and my parents, Leland, Norman, and my friends and family. And I want to thank the CAST staff, the entire staff, for everything they've done to help us start to recognize these signs and be able to spread the word. And now we're so much more tuned to what goes on in our homes, in our restaurants, and everywhere we go. And I especially also want to thank Kay and Ima and Natasha and Wendy and Vanessa for all their work on our projects. And I want to end by saying I really want to thank the courage of the young girl who passed us that note. Today she's a brave and proud and strong woman and a wonderful advocate for CAST. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be up here with my mom and my sister too. And as we've heard now, the fight to end human trafficking, raising awareness isn't just a nice thing to do. It can literally mean the difference between slavery and freedom. And CAST opened my eyes to the fact that human rights violations can happen right in our own backyard. And it's given me the tools to spread this knowledge to my family and friends. CAST inspired me to organize anti-trafficking activities on campus when I was in school, and to arrange for pro bono training at my law firm to teach other lawyers how to represent victims. And CAST has just done really, changed my life and the life of my family, as you've heard, and the lives of so many. So it showed me that every one of us can play a role, whether in noticing victims and expanding our awareness to others. So thank you all so much for the amazing work you do, and it's a pleasure to be here.